Welcome back to Chemical Study Zone. In this today's lecture, I'll just discuss about the p- pressure force difference between 2 points in a hydrostatic fluid. So now let us consider a fluid which is in a beaker in a hydrostatic condition. That means the flow is flow equals velocity flow. Sorry, the velocity flow is zero. And now I just want the difference of the pressure between these 2 points, this point B and this point A. Let us consider the pressure at point A be PA and the pressure at point P be PB. Okay, as so before solving this I just want to solve for this two small differential part which is dz. So after integrating this part then I can get the entire pressure difference of this beaker. So let us consider generally fluid is in static at this point x1, which means the green color dotted line which is marked over here. So as it's generally at rest, it doesn't show any effect, any pressure force on the system. That means here the P at x1 is generally nothing but the P atmospheric pressure. Let us indicate it with some point P. Okay, and now I am going to expand this liquid to this point x2, which is the dark green color line of the differential volume dz or differential height dz. That means x2 minus x1. So as we have expanded, that means it shows some force on the fluid in the downward direction. So the pressure force at this point x2 will be some P plus dP. Now I will find the differential pressure between these 2 points and just integrate it to between these points, this B and A. As you know that the hydrostatic condition, some of the forces acting on a part in a system is zero. That means here we are having gravitational force and we are having the pressure force at x1 and a pressure force at x2. So sum of all these forces is equals to 0, as gravitational force is m into mass into g by gc. Here gc is the gravitational constant, because gravity is not constant at any place in the world. I just said it before in my previous class, so that's why I'm taking the gravitational constant over here, plus as pressure equals to force by area, and force, that means force equal present area, as the area of this beaker be some s. So force of pressure at x1 condition is P into S. As I previously said that this pressure force at x1 condition does not show any effect, so that's why I taken plus symbol over here. And this pressure force at point x2, that means this P plus dP is being expanded, so that's why it is showing its effect downwards in this condition. So that's why we are taken minus symbol over here, minus into P plus dP into S. As you know that density equals to mass by volume, and mass equals to density to volume. That means density into area into height, which is nothing but this x2 minus x1 distance, which is dz. So after substituting all these values and cancelling this gc over here and cancelling the area, we will left with minus rho into dz into g by gc minus dp equals to 0. Now I will taken this value on the other side, so we will have dp equals to minus dp equals to minus rho dz into g by gc. Now I am going to integrate it on both sides. Let us keep this as equation 1. Now we generally have two types of fluids. That means they are compressible and incompressible fluids. So we need to find this pressure difference for both compressible and incompressible fluids. Now I'll prove it for incompressible fluids. Now at the first, as it is very easy. For incompressible fluids, rho which is nothing but the density is constant. So we can remove this density out of the integral symbol. So integral of P1 and P2 of integral dp equals to minus rho into, as g by gc is always a constant value, to integral of some point x1 to point x2 dz. So after integration we will get over here P2 minus P1 equals to rho into g by gc into x2 minus x1. Now let us consider x1 equals to b, x1 equals to zb and x2 equals to za. That means this x1 coincides to this point b and x2 coincides to this point a. Suppose let us think that, then we can get the pressure difference between these 2 points a and b. That means, so pressure at point x1 will be pb and pressure at point x2 is pa. So we will get pb minus pa equals to density into g by gc into we have minus symbol over here na. Yeah, so zb minus za. I'll just multiply the minus symbol here. We will get pb minus pa equals to rho into g by gc into za minus zb. This is the pressure difference between 2 points in hydrostatic condition for incompressible fluids. Now let us solve this equation for compressible fluids. Compressible fluids are nothing but the real gases or ideal gases. As we know that PV equals to nRT for an ideal gas. That means here PV equals to, as number of moles can be written as given mass by molecular weight of the substance into gas constant into temperature. So we can write it as P equals to 1 by m into mass by volume into RT. As you know that mass by volume is nothing but density, we can substitute density over here, rho into RT by molecular weight. This implies our density equals to P into m by RT. Now substitute this density value over in this equation 1 we have got. It is nothing but minus rho into dz into g by gc minus dp equals 0. Substitute this value over here and we will get dp equals to minus pm by RT into dz into g by gc. Now bring this p over on the other hand side and we'll get minus m by RT into g by gc into dz. Now let us integrate it between the points x1 and x2. That means the pressure will be P1 and P2. Here the points will be x1 and x2. As integration of d by pi P gives us logarithm of P from the points P2 and P1. As here molecular weight, gas constant, temperature and gravity is constant. Now let us bring them all outside. We will have RT into GC, integral of x1 to x2 to dz. Simplifies ln of P2 minus ln of P1 equals to minus mg by RT/GC into x2 minus x1. This implies ln of P2 by P1 equals to minus mg by RT into GC into x2 minus x1. That means for incompressible fluid we are getting done a direct numerical difference of this pressure quantities, but while getting into the as we are going into the compressible fluids, we are getting the pressure difference in this logarithmic functions. That is the only difference between the compressible and incompressible fluids. So again same condition, if x1 equals to b and x1 equals zb and x2 equals to za, then ln of pb by pa equals to minus mg by RT/GC into zb minus za. This is a formula, and it can also be written as pb equals to pa into e power minus mg by RT/GC into zb minus za. So these are the pressure differences between for the compressible and incompressible fluids in a hydrostatic condition. So if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for getting more interesting lectures about the chemical engineering topics.